Okay, Eliot's here. Good morning, Eliot. You can just turn your microphone on if you want to talk, and whenever you're ready, you just click on the unmute button and it'll unmute you, and you should be able to talk. And he's going to give us a little bit about Ninja. I'm going to mute my microphone just so there's no feedback, and then we can do question and answers afterwards.
Sounds good. Jordan, thanks for having me in, and thank you everybody for allowing me to come in and answer some questions about NinjaTrader Brokerage. I know the markets are moving, so I want to be as brief as possible, but still get everybody's questions answered. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, great. And Jordan, do not hesitate to interrupt if there's something going on in the markets and you want to address the audience. Do not hesitate; just interrupt me, and I'll take a back seat.
Hey, Eliot. We are actually out of trades. Okay, when it's moving down this steep, there's nothing for us. So we're on vacation now for a little while. Take your time.
Okay. So as I mentioned, really just wanted to come in, talk a little bit about NinjaTrader becoming a brokerage firm, kind of the reasons behind that, and then what that means for the trading community and what the benefits are to you as a trader, and then answer any questions. As a registered broker, we always have to start our public communications with a risk disclosure. Jordan, are you able to post the NinjaTraderBrokerage.com website?
Yeah, I can do that. Hang on, let me pull it up.
That'd be great.
Where do you want me to go?
So before, if you just click on low-cost brokerage, you can click on, yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay, right there.
Perfect. So you'll see at the bottom left-hand corner our risk disclosure, and this I saw already a disclosure that was in that was posted in the chat window, so I'm sure everyone's already versed with this. This is the full risk disclosure provided by the CFTC, but the main highlights are that futures trading contains substantial risk. It's not for every investor. You should understand those risks before getting started, and you should be using risk capital, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results, and you know, one thing they don't mention but should be mentioned is that we hope that clients use caution when using the high degree of leverage available to you in the futures market. It's great that firms like NinjaTrader Brokerage and others provide low margins for day trading, but that does contain risk as well. And so, as I mentioned, you should understand those risks and exercise caution. So if you have questions about the risk disclosure, you can always contact us and we can go through it in more detail. So the driving force behind NinjaTrader acquiring Mirrors Futures and becoming a brokerage firm really comes down to customer experience. It's NinjaTrader has years of receiving customer feedback about their brokerage partners and had limited control over how to improve the trader's overall experience outside of the trading platform. If you read the NinjaTrader CEO letter, which we emailed to all customers and we posted on the website, he really drives home the point that introducing NinjaTrader brokerage services gives NinjaTrader the ability to control that customer experience at a much higher level. And it really, we broke that down to three components in terms of enhancing that customer experience. Number one is commissions. You know, it's definitely front of mind for traders. Everybody wants a low commission rate. But it was, from the executive team of NinjaTrader, it was more than just offering a low rate, and we'll get to the rates here in a second because we significantly dropped our rates and showed some good faith, especially to lifetime license holders. But it was more than just a low rate. it was also about the complaints that NinjaTrader has received over the years about their brokerage partners, that there's a lack of transparency, and they wanted to really bring a simple, transparent commission rate to the trading community, where you do have the ability to compare rates with other brokers. And one of the challenges was that the other brokers, they may not show the rates as per round turn. They may show them per contract. They may take out the exchange fees. They may drop the clearing rate. They could take out the technology fee and add that as a separate fee. And once you strip out some of those other fees, you can see that it gets very confusing for clients, especially newer traders, to make an apples-to-apples comparison and really understand what their cost of trading is. And as you guys should be taking your trading account very seriously and treating it like a business, that requires that you know and understand what your trading costs are, and commissions will be one of those major costs that you incur when you're trading. So real quick, Jordan, if you can display the website just one more time, just for a couple of seconds here, and click on if you scroll up under brokerage commissions. This will give you an idea. We based all of the rates on ES, but everything is you can find all the other markets where it says view rates by market, or click on available contracts. But we'll start here that for the ES, the all-in rate, so the all-in rate includes all transactional exchange fees, clearing costs, CQG, continuum data fees. It includes the brokerage commission. This is what you should expect to see on your statement. And if you're a platform, a NinjaTrader lifetime license holder, we felt that these customers had shown their commitment to NinjaTrader by buying a lifetime license, and so we're showing a strong commitment to them by offering a extremely competitive rate at $3.38 per round turn. That's a buy and a sell of one contract for the mini S&P. For platform lease subscribers, that would be $3.78, and if you're using the free direct edition platform, you'd be at $4.22. I've been in the brokerage business a long time, so I can tell you $3.38 is lower than a lot of brokers' actual cost basis, let alone what they can offer to the public. And so I think you'll find that the $3.38 rate is going to be extremely hard to beat. And to me, it comes down to a math problem. When you're looking at your trading business and your trading account, if you are trading a decent amount of volume, you should absolutely take a strong look at the lifetime license option and purchasing NinjaTrader, because the cost savings of $3.38 versus, say, $4.22, if you're doing a decent amount of volume, you'll recover that cost of the platform license pretty quick, and then you own the platform, and this is a rate that we expect to grandfather in customers. If we ever decide to change these rates, we would grandfather customers in if they came in at these rates. I do want to point out one other link, and then I'll let you take down this page so you can focus on the markets. If you click on all available contracts on the left-hand side, there you go, and then choose download PDF. The reason I wanted to bring this up is this is a great resource for traders, because it includes on the right-hand side, those columns on the right-hand side include all the lifetime, lease, and direct edition all-in round turn commission rates for every single market that we offer. But it also lists the exchange margin. We update this weekly. It includes the day trading margin, the position limits, and a link to the exchange website for that specific market. So it's a great resource for you guys if you are trading other markets outside the ES, and I'm guessing that you guys are focusing on the NQ. So you'll be able to find all the other markets here as a nice resource. And please feel free to type in questions. I'll get to all the questions. I want to go through just 2 more points, then I'll switch it over to Q&A. Jordan, if you want, you can bring down the site. Thank you. So the second component to that customer experience is it was customer support. NinjaTrader has put a major focus on customer care over the past several years and has received multiple awards for the delivery of customer satisfaction. I have to say this is really built into the NinjaTrader culture and expands that to the brokerage customers as well, that now have the benefit of a single source of support for both platform and brokerage questions. You know, one of the things that's been a challenge for NinjaTrader is they could answer the platform questions, but brokerage questions had to be sent back to the broker. And a challenge not only for NinjaTrader, but a challenge for the customer, because the futures industry is very fragmented. You've got a trading platform company, a data feed, you've got a broker, you've got a clearing firm, you're dealing with potentially multiple exchanges. I mean, it really becomes very fragmented, which is just not true in the equities market. And one of the things that NinjaTrader wants to do is simplify the life for the trader and provide one single source of support for both platform and brokerage questions. And then the last thing is platform enhancements. So one of the challenges for NinjaTrader has always been the difficulty of supporting many broker technologies. The fact that they were supporting all these different broker technologies prohibited them from taking steps on some new developments that we now have going because NinjaTrader is a broker. So for example, NinjaTrader Mobile, server-side ATM strategies, server-side trade simulation, having an account manager window directly in the NinjaTrader platform, so you can request wires, you can update your address and things like that, where you can actually manage your account. Integration between the NinjaTrader trading platform and your brokerage account, which in the past they seemed very separate. Even though NinjaTrader was your vehicle for placing trades and monitoring the market, it seemed separate from your trading account, from your brokerage. And so we're working on all these new developments that will allow us to integrate those in a much better fashion. We'll switch over to questions. I did want to point out, if you are not a NinjaTrader user, we do offer a live free trial on our website that will allow you to get a free 2 weeks of live data. You actually can sign up for multiple demos, so even though it's a 2-week trial, if you want to continue using the demo, you can always sign up for a second one. We do also offer product training webinars. We do about 4 or 5 a day. I mean, it's really a major focus for us, is making sure people know how to use the platform in the best way possible and for their specific trading methodologies. If you're already using NinjaTrader, I hope that you can see with the points that I laid out today that there's a very compelling reason for NinjaTrader users to come over to use NinjaTrader Brokerage. And with that, I'll jump into some of these questions.
Can you see the question list? There's a bunch of them that have popped through.
Yep, I do see those.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. All right, Calvin is asking, NinjaTrader 8 coming out real soon, with a smiley face. So that it means you've probably been watching very closely. That NinjaTrader 8, we have pushed back the date from September. We expect to put it in clients' hands later this year. I would expect beginning of December. Don't hold me to that date. I'm just the messenger on this one. I know Ray, our CEO, wants to make a more public announcement very soon, but we're making great progress, and I certainly am excited about NinjaTrader 8 coming out. There are over 500 enhancements on the list. Things like Superdome enhancements, like adding and manipulating columns within the Superdome, adding your indicators directly into the Superdome. You can now expand your ATM capabilities beyond 3 targets. You can attach orders to your indicator on the dome or the chart. You can add your alerts right onto the charts. There's tons of great chart enhancements. There's some simple user-friendly enhancements, like being able to tab between workspaces rather than open up a new workspace. And probably the most significant is the performance improvements. NinjaTrader, this was 8, is going to be a complete rewrite that allows users to take advantage of some new technologies that will allow NinjaTrader to use all of your processors. So if you have a quad-core processor, the difference is with NinjaTrader 7 or previous, you were still only using one processor, which meant you were using up more resources. With the ability to use all 4, you'll significantly decrease the amount of usage on your computer. But some great performance enhancements, and like I said, I would expect kind of early December that we're putting it in clients' hands. Calvin also says, I've been a Mirrors for years, very pleased. Yeah, if you've been with Mirrors for years, and I appreciate the comment, Calvin, there's a culture fit between Mirrors and NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader started around the same time as Mirrors. They started in 2003, and Mirrors started in 2004. I've known Ray for majority of that time, and we became friends and really respected each other's business, and we worked very well together. So when we talked about putting the companies together, it just made a lot of sense. Any difference in the services or features with the different rates? No, so those rates just correspond to your platform. Now, I will point out that the free direct edition platform, which has the higher rate of $422, the free direct edition platform does have some scaled back features. So the OCO capabilities, the ATM strategies, being able to create automated systems and indicators, those features are not available in the free direct edition. However, there is full advanced charting, order execution, things like that. So I think you'll find that even the free direct edition is a pretty robust platform, but the lifetime and the lease gives you all the capabilities of the platform. What is the impact of your brokerage on your other broker relationships? This has come up a couple of times. We definitely pulled back on some of the broker relationships. So when you look at where NinjaTrader is now offered, NinjaTrader Brokerage is obviously our preferred brokerage for clients to use, and we tried to make it as compelling a reason to come over as possible. But we still want to be able to provide choice. So customers from before July 15th that were already at another brokerage firm, they're not forced to move. So historical customers, they are able to stay wherever they would like. However, we did pull back on some of the what we would consider competing brokers to NinjaTrader Brokerage, and for a couple of reasons. One, we feel like we can do a better job of handling customers at NinjaTrader Brokerage because it's one single source of support for both platform and brokerage. The second is a lot of those brokerage firms weren't really pushing NinjaTrader. They would offer it and they would market that they offered NinjaTrader, but in certain cases they may benefited more by pushing those customers to a different trading platform. And so when we looked at the numbers, you'd be shocked to see such small percentage of NinjaTrader users at other brokers. And so what we did was we focused on keeping NinjaTrader Brokerage and some complementary brokerage relationships. And what I mean by complementary, I mean FXCM is a strong partner of ours. They offer a different asset class. They don't compete in the future space with us, and so it's a very good fit. Interactive Brokers, while they do compete on some futures accounts with us, most NinjaTrader users at Interactive Brokers use it for equities. Same for TD Ameritrade. We kept that relationship because clients that want to trade equities, we wanted to be able to provide them choice, and you can only trade futures with NinjaTrader Brokerage. So we did still provide some choice. We've got some overseas brokerage relationships as well. Clear in Brazil to handle customers from that region. We're close to announcing another brokerage relationship in Hong Kong. So again, looking for complementary brokerages that will allow us to put the NinjaTrader platform in as many customers' hands as possible. So hopefully that answers the question.
I had a couple questions, and I guess I'll shoot those right now.
Sure.
I don't see anything else coming up. What about account minimums?
Sure. So I'll go through some of the account mechanics. The account minimum is $1,000. We do also display our margins, as I mentioned on that one spreadsheet. The margins for the contracts like ES and NQ are $500 per contract. We did just lower our day trading margins for crude oil, CL, and gold, GC. We lowered those to $1,000 per contract. Trying to think some of the other account mechanics.
So you know, my question is, I get a lot of people that come in and they're just starting out, and what they need is a brokerage that can supply them with real-time data so they can learn. They're not ready to trade yet, and they want to be able to learn and use Ninja and have data. So with $1,000 an account, if they open up with $1,000 and they're just using their SIM platform, is there a fee if they don't trade? How does that work? How long can they keep it open for $1,000?
Sure. So keeping the account open, there's no issue there. If you fund with $1,000 or any amount and you aren't trading, you get your first full month with no cost. So if you open up June 15th, fund your account June 15th, you get the remainder of June, you get all of July, and then August is when you would be susceptible to the inactivity fee. And the inactivity fee is $25 per month if you're accessing live market data but not trading. If you trade one contract, you're exempt from that $25 fee. So you have a couple different options for the type of student you're talking about. If you want, you can continue to sign up for demos. Right now, CQG does not block you from multiple demos. So you can sign up for a demo, you get it for 2 weeks, and then you can sign up for another demo, and you can continue to do that without opening an account. The second possibility, if you want to be ready for trading, meaning I know we talk to a lot of new traders that they are practicing and practicing until they feel ready, but when they're ready, they want to start trading the next day. It's not a matter of, okay, now I'll open my account and fund it and things like that. So if you want to get started by opening your account and not trading and just accessing live data, I would suggest you get in the habit of placing one trade per month to avoid the $25 inactivity fee. There's a benefit that I see as I'm not a trader anymore, but in the past I was. There's a benefit to placing a live trade as well. Not only do you avoid that $25 inactivity fee because it's only one contract per month, it's that you get that feeling of real money on the line, and that is something you just can't learn in simulation mode. And so, especially with a contract like NQ, I personally think it's a good idea to take that live trade once a month. Even if you're just getting started, you're not ready for live trading, but making sure that you are still feeling that sense of urgency that a live trade will do. But like I said, you can always use the continuing to sign up for demos and getting live data that way as well.
That's more than reasonable. I think that's pretty standard in the industry as some sort of charge. If you don't, I was just curious to what it was.
Yeah, we get charged as the brokerage. We get charged every time an account, every month that an account logs into live data, and we decided we want to eat that fee for clients. We want to waive that fee, but in order to prevent abuse, we made it just one contract. So as long as you place one contract each month, you'll be exempt from that fee.
There's another question, and then I'll have a couple more.
Sure.
From Walter, did you?
Sure. So why does brokerage charge for each contract, i.e. buy two contracts in same transaction, there are two separate charges? Instead of like the equities, you can buy 100 or 1,000 shares and get charged the same rate. It's just a function of the futures industry. It's not related to one broker. What I mean by that is the exchange fees. So in that 338, you've got a lot of different components. You've got the routing fee, which is basically a technology fee, which is charged to the brokerage as per contract. You've got an exchange fee that also charges us per contract. You've got a clearing rate, the clearing that is charging us per contract. And so there's no way for us not to charge per contract. Every component in the industry charges per contract, and so it's I see your point there that it is different from equities, but that is across the board. You'll find that at every futures brokerage. There's just no way around that because all the fees that comprise that total cost are also done per transaction.
Maybe we could go on strike and demand a unified cost with one transaction.
I tell you, if we can get everyone together to do that, I would be more focused on the CME monthly data fees that are coming in January.
Right. What's the actual amount of that you guys make? I think it's very small, right, compared to where all the other fees go.
Yeah, I mean, to give you an example, so of that 338, I can't say what our clearing rate is because we're bound by confidentiality, but of that 338, the exchange fees alone that just goes to the exchange is $2.30. So right off the bat, out of $3.38, $2.30 goes to the exchange. So you can see margins start to get real thin when you consider that you've got just over $1 that gets shared between the clearing firm, the technology firm, and the brokerage. So things start to get real tight. But that's also a function of us offering a very low rate to customers at 338.
Okay, well, my next question, I guess, is right in line with that. So if you have a seat on CME, an exchange seat, whether you buy or lease, can you bypass the exchange fees with the Ninja brokerage?
You can. You can't bypass them, but you can significantly reduce them.
Right.
And that's technically true at any brokerage. So of that 338 I mentioned, $2.30 goes to the exchange. If you're an exchange member, whether you lease or purchase, that $2.30 will go down. Now, it really depends on what type of membership you have. You know, you can do like an IOM is kind of a very common one. You can purchase it and have those significantly decreased. I think off the top of my head, I believe the $2.30 goes down to like 92 cents if you actually purchase a membership. If you're leasing a membership, I think it goes down to $1.34. So you can still save quite a bit if you purchase or lease a membership. Again, it's a simple math problem. I would say if you're doing more than 50 round turns, 100 contracts per day, then you should be taking a look at membership. And that's not to say you should go forward with it. If you're doing that, you should just start to take a harder look at it. Anything below 50 round turns or 100 contracts per day, I would say it's not going to make sense for you, because there are costs to go through the purchase or the lease. The other thought is if you believe in the exchange, purchasing a membership is basically like a trade. It's an investment. So I've seen people purchase the IOM seat for $50,000 and sell it 6, 8, 12 months later for $75,000, and during that time that they held it, they would get the lower rates. So all those things are possible, but when you're focused on just low rates, just make sure you're doing at least 50 round turns a day when you start to consider the membership. And if you start to get to that level, then definitely let us know, because we can walk through what would be the best option for you in terms of membership.
George had a question, and then I had I have two more.
Sure. So George is asking what's coming in January from the CME. So if you guys aren't aware already, the CME is going to be, they're technically already charging this fee. Most customers are grandfathered in, but they introduced this year a monthly data charge. So if you're accessing CME data, they're now going to charge each customer for accessing their data. It's a pretty ridiculous thing. There was a big blowback when they announced it in like March of this year. All the brokers were up in arms, all the customers were up in arms, because nobody benefits from this except for the CME. It's across the board, so it's not like a competitive advantage for one broker over another. And then on top of that, it's not just not a benefit, but it is also going to create some issues, because the clearing firms have to do all the tracking of who's accessing CME data and be ready for the CME to come and do an audit of them. Are they paying them the correct amount and things like this? So it's the charge is not out of control high, but it's just kind of an annoying fee. It's $15 per month if you're accessing all CME exchanges, meaning COMEX, NYMEX, Board of Trade, CME. You can decrease that cost by choosing just one of those markets. So if you decide you just want the NQ, you would just sign up for CME, and you can lower that cost to $5 per month. But it means you won't get access to data like crude oil, gold, the agriculture products, and things like that. Pretty annoying. I think you'll start to see more in December as they start to make more comments. The CME will have to make more comments about what these fees are, and you'll see another blowback from brokers, from industry professionals, from retail customers. No one is happy about this fee except for CME, and I think I personally think they have the wrong idea by charging this fee, because I think has the potential to push people out of the futures industry instead of bringing them in.
Okay, my next question. With NinjaTrader, it's always been email only support, and somewhere down the road, if it's a serious issue, you get a phone call back. And I understand that with the brokerage side now, there's going to be a direct phone number for phone support if necessary, and calls are answered correctly right away?
That's correct. So you're right about the support model that NinjaTrader has built, and to be honest, they've done a great job of running that support model.
I'm very happy with their support, by the way. Their email support works great. You just have to, email right away, and usually you're on the phone with them in an hour if it's necessary. There's no wait involved.
Right. So that's they really built this great machine that allows for, we have an average response time on email of between 7 and 8 minutes, and so when it comes to platform questions, that will all remain the same. Mostly email and support forum. If you request a callback, they'll call you back. But we know that the brokerage is just a different beast. When you have a brokerage account and you have money at risk, you need to be able to contact someone immediately. So the brokerage has a 24-hour emergency desk that you can call. It is for emergencies, so if you have a live trade, you need help getting out of the trade, or you lost your internet connection, or you're confused about what your position is, anything like that, that's an emergency. Call us and let us help you out. We also have from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. we've got brokerage support available by phone, by email, so you can always reach us as well for non-emergencies as well.
I'm a little curious on how it's going to work, and I guess we'll have to wait and see. But now that the Superdome is going to be interacting with the brokerage side, there's a direct connection there. So is there a line drawn? I mean, if somebody calls and says they can't execute an order, and they call the brokerage number, are they going to tell them that it's a support question you're going to have to email, or are they going to shift them to a different queue? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. If it's an emergency, we'll handle it right there on the spot. If it's a non-emergency, meaning there's no position, no P&L at risk, we have two different ways. We can suggest to the customer, put it into an email, and you'll get a response back within 10 minutes. Or we take down your name and number, we reach out directly to our platform support team, and they'll call you right back. And that's usually within 15 minutes as well. Yeah, I mean the platform team is all in Denver, and so we do separate the platform support. But we want to make sure customers are getting handled efficiently and to their satisfaction.
That's good. That's good. Okay, and then my last question, I guess someone asked that a little earlier, and some of the introducing brokers out there, and also some of the there's a lot of other brokers that give away Ninja as a service to you guys, and they get the light version. So if someone already has that, and I just want to make sure I understand that, if you're already with, let's just say, Global, and you're using Ninja and you're using the data they give you for free, you're grandfathered in. Is that correct?
Yes, if you purchased your license before July 15th, that is the case. Anyone after July 15th, someone like Global would not be an option. Although I think they clear through AMP Futures, which I guess it just depends on where they're clearing the business, because Ninja is still available at AMP as well. I think from our perspective, we wanted to have the least impact to clients as possible when we launched the brokerage, but also I think once you start looking at some of the advantages that NinjaTrader Brokerage provides, I think it's hard to deny the fact that it's very compelling to come over to NinjaTrader Brokerage. But if you are, like you said, if you're before July 15th and you are with another brokerage firm, you can continue to use them, no problem.
And that's not purchased. That means, like, if I was just with Global, for instance, and they're giving me the free direct edition and I have an account with them, I can continue to trade. It's just going forward that I can't.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's all the questions I have. Reiterating what Ted just said, yeah, I mean, the support's always been the best. I've been thoroughly impressed with NinjaTrader support. I'm sure the brokerage will be good, very responsive. We teach on Ninja all the time. It's the only platform that I teach on. I've seriously considered moving a lot of what I do over to the Ninja brokerage. I'm waiting to see what NT8 looks like, and I think it's probably going to be a big go for me. Anybody else have any other questions? Anything else that you wanted to tell us about, Eliot?
No, I think that about covers it. I certainly hope you'll reach out and ask any questions that come up later on. If you're not a NinjaTrader user, you can get the demo directly from the NinjaTrader brokerage website. If you're ready to take action and move your account over, you'll see that on the NinjaTrader brokerage website, in the top right corner it says Get Started, and that'll take you through the steps for opening a live account. We open the accounts very quickly and try to make the process as painless as possible, and we look forward to servicing your accounts.
Okay, well, I guess if that's it, I appreciate you coming by, and thanks a lot. It was very informative to me, and hopefully everybody else.
Good. Well, thank you again for allowing me to interrupt the trading session and join the team here. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. And like I said, look forward to servicing your accounts. Otherwise, hope you have a great trading day.
Okay. Thanks again, Eliot.
All right. Take care, Jordan.
Day. Bye. Okay. Well, I hope that helped everybody out. That was definitely answered some of my questions that I've been looking at, and we will continue on with the trading day. Thanks again.